Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just thought I would provide to you a little bit more Ripple content before I head out to this big film project that I've been working on for the last couple of days. I know I haven't really mentioned this before, but working on films such as short films, music videos, commercials, things of that nature, that's a huge hobby and huge passion of mine. And I would imagine the kind of passion I share for creating films is more or less the kind of passion that maybe Brad Garlinghouse, for example, shares with Ripple. And interesting enough, it dawned on me that while I was on the set, one of the first things that we learn in film school is how to make your protagonist a very interesting character, especially if it's a hero type of character. And this path that they usually will have is, I guess, your best blueprint path to follow is called the hero's journey. And what I did is I correlated what I've known about this hero's journey blueprint path to make, again, your protagonist a very interesting character. And I correlated it with the company Ripple and people like Brad Garlinghouse, where we know that a protagonist such as Ripple, they have a call to adventure. You have the start of your story, and of course Ripple had a start. They came out and they knew what they wanted to do. They knew why they wanted to come out and have this association with XRP coin, which is one of the fastest and cheapest ways to transfer funds back and forth, and quite possibly one of the better digital assets out there right now. But nonetheless, Ripple knew about this, and they wanted to bring this out to the light. And so they take this path. And of course, along their pathway that they have, there's multiple obstacles, thresholds, temptations, and challenges, and things of that nature that they had to overcome. And of course, along the way, they were getting help from people, possibly even lots more mentorship as well. And, investors, absolutely. We've seen that along the way with the news and the history of Ripple. But also as well, to make your character, your protagonist or your hero interesting, we have to see some sort of revelation period take place. This is what they consider the abyss and the the death and rebirth of your character, so that we can, almost like the fall from grace for your character, and then they come right out of the ashes of the phoenix, if you will, to be this new kind of character, stronger, better, and more likable. And of course, that's where we start seeing the transformation and the atonement and this full circle return, again, of your stronger, better character. And again, you correlate that with what Ripple's been doing, and we're starting to see this particular hero's journey with the company Ripple itself. Now, it would be interesting to see if all of this kind of plays itself out in this particular pathway for the hero's journey dealing with the Ripple company. We have seen what looks to be this revelation moment for Ripple, and of course the use case of the XRP coin, and we see some transformation happening. We've seen the redesign of the XRP logo, and of course we've also seen what looks to be this particular separation between Ripple and, of course, as far as the company versus the XRP coin, so that we know that we can have XRP hopefully not be classified as a security because of this. And then, of course, leading into, again, a full circle of what we consider Ripple, and hopefully we'll see them as this huge, big, strong, iconic company who, came back from any type of negative news, and they're the stronger version of themselves now. I hope that made sense, guys. Again, this is part of filmmaking, when you have a character who is extremely likable or has an interest that draws the audience in. And that's exactly what I foresee or have seen with Ripple. And of course, when I say foresee, I think that they're just going to be one of those companies that, again, comes full force to being this bigger, stronger, better company, and maybe even one of the most dominating companies out there, especially with the XRP coin. Now, leading into some of the good news here, I do think that we need to keep our eye out for this Ripple Swell event that's getting ready to happen here on the October 1st and 2nd, because it does come with some big names, and this article kind of exploits those big names there, as far as Bill Clinton being part of the speakers, Ross Lecco, the Deputy General Counsel of the IMF, and of course, people such as Ben Lowski, the former superintendent of the financial services for New York. People from all over the globe are really going to be part of this particular event here, and I think this is what's going to help drive that price of XRP coin up dramatically within just this event here. It's very possible, guys, that we're going to see some correction happen even after this event takes place, but that's that's something we should always be expecting when it comes to rallies happening in the cryptocurrency market. But nonetheless, this is always good news. And this is just adding to, the atonement part of that hero's journey, because again, we've already seen the revelation period happen with Ripple. We've seen the transformation. We're starting to see this again, this return, this full circle of bigger, better Ripple. Something else I thought was interesting, guys. We've talked about RippleNet before in the past, and of course, Ripple is, in this article says RippleNet gets an upgrade with multi-hop payments. CM Commercial Bank first to test. So we have another big bank that's actually testing a RippleNet protocol here, and it's just going to help further, the advancements of spreading, the Ripple knowledge out there, the Ripple protocols, and of course the use case of XRP coin. Interesting enough, Ripple basically stated about the multi-hop. It says here, it was quoted, using multi-hop, the SCB will be able to receive and forward on a payment without a bilateral relationship between the originator and the beneficiary institutions. So you have, this a means for forwarding payments without some sort of relationship or a third-party organization in the middle there. Something else that was pointed out that I thought was interesting here, and this is from Dilip Rao, Ripple's global head for infrastructure innovation. He states, milestone in the scaling of RippleNet. Now, any regional bank can act as a correspondent bank connecting originators and beneficiaries with multiple intermediate legs, yet with full transparency of data and an atomic single settlement across all legs. Fees down, speed up. And I kind of mentioned this in my last video, guys. When I said that Brad Garlinghouse had done an interview with Bloomberg, and he talked there that they were basically adding on a bank a week. So you mix all these together, we cannot not have bad news. I mean, this is all good news for Ripple. This is where I'm saying, like, this is part of the atonement. This is part of the full circle coming around to see a bigger, better Ripple. And I feel like all of these things kind of correlate very, very eerily into that hero's journey. This is just another piece of the pie for Ripple here. And one last thing here, it's not necessarily directly affecting Ripple or the XRP coin per se, but this right here is an article talking about, how experts basically state that we're geared up for another bull rally. Now, in this right here, they kind of talk about some of the obviousness of cryptocurrencies in general, where at the end of each year is where we really start seeing more of the bullish tendencies for cryptocurrencies. But with the CEO of Binance coming out, right, he does state this right here, and I thought this was kind of important. It says, we've seen a strong $6,000 support in 2018. He's talking about the Bitcoin price, and whereas in 2015 the support level was $200. I look at this on a yearly basis. I don't feel that we're in a bear market at all. Yes, okay, if you look at a weekly or monthly basis, yes, we had a bear market a little bit, but it was only 20K for a week or so. I always look for the long term. I never trade myself. I always buy and hold. So basically, this guy, this is CZ, the CEO of Binance, and he's talking about the fact that if you are someone who absolutely looks at things on a short-term basis, it could potentially look like a bear market for sure. However, on a long-term basis, and you span this out, we are easily looking at something being absolutely bullish for the rest of the cryptocurrency market in the next upcoming years, for sure. And that's only based off of the history of cryptocurrencies and what we're seeing now as far as the innovations that are happening with cryptocurrencies. But more specifically, look at all the innovations that are happening within Ripple and what they're doing and what they're getting ready to expose as far as their involvement with other big entities, big money, institutions, banks. These guys are way ahead of the game. And I hate to talk so much about Ripple, but I just think that this is a company who's going to stand out amongst the rest as an elitist company in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So again, hopefully all this ties up, guys, and gives you a better idea of what I was going for when it comes to the hero's journey and incorporating Ripple as part of this hero's journey path that they're following. Of course, again, it's just an interesting correlation for myself. You guys don't have to even see that at all. I just hope it made sense for you guys. Being a filmmaker myself, this absolutely made sense, and it felt very, very cool to kind of tie all that together. But let me know what you guys think, and again, I definitely appreciate you guys being a part of this channel here. The dialogue that's been happening between myself and a lot of you guys, and even you guys together, has been very, very, very interesting. I'm learning a lot, not just from the news, but from you guys as well. So thank you again for being a part of that. I really, truly appreciate it. Hope you have a good day, guys. And hey, if you enjoyed what you saw today, please make sure to hit that like button. It really does help get this information out there to as many people as possible. And also as well, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. This channel has been growing so fast, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. One last thing, if you would like real up-to-date news about all of your favorite cryptocurrencies, please download that Berm app in the description below. I have it for iPhone and Android. Here, you'll be able to go through and again, check out all the news that you would like regarding your favorite cryptocurrencies. You can also earn Berm coins, which will eventually add up and be allowed to be traded against other cryptocurrencies once the ICO is over with. You go through and go to vote reward. Once you've done that, you either like or dislike your favorite news articles, and you'll be rewarded 10 times per day with Berm coins. One last thing, if you go down to the bottom right hand section where it says me, click on invite friends. Here, type in this code in the redeem token section. Once you've done that, hit redeem token. You'll be rewarded with 150 free Berm points. Outside of that, guys, I definitely appreciate your time, and thank you for being a part of this channel. Bye-bye.